And now for that annual holiday model car classic. A touching story of a young boy, model cars, tools, discovery and excitement, heartbreak, and ultimate triumph. Stay tuned for Model Car Story Time. Greetings, my fellow model car enthusiasts, and welcome to Model Car Story Time and our holiday special. I'm your host and storyteller, Colonel Dr. Sir Lord Yerrell Nibrick VI. Today's story from the workbench is a model car holiday classic, so warm up your tea, grab a biscuit or two, and join me for this magical holiday tale. Model Car Story Time is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Sticky Brand Model Car Cement. When you need it stuck together, Sticky Brand is for you. The Model Car Sprue Union, working together around the world to satisfy you. And HobbyDude 007 Cologne. Take the aroma of the workbench wherever you go. Today's story is that wonderful heartwarming holiday classic, A Hobby Knife for Luca, a holiday tale, written by Clay Putty. Once upon a time, some years ago, in a small subdivision of Styrenia, there lived a young lad known to all as Little Luca. From early on, Little Luca was a model car enthusiast. He loved model cars. He had the best of model cements and paints, sandpaper and some exquisite tweezers, and oh, how he had fun with his model cars. One day, while model building with his mates BG and Louie, he noticed a new tool they were using that seemed to make things easier and faster. "What's that tool?" asked little Luca. "Oh, that's Hobby Knife," BG replied. "It makes model building so much easier." Unsure of this claim, little Luca felt he could do just as well without one. So little Luca continued building and having fun with his model cars. But soon after, he discovered all of his model car enthusiast friends were also using Hobby Knife, and they were having the best of results. Friends from all about the country even, like Tim and Clay and Matthew, Fred, 007, and even little Jim in a barn somewhere in Texas. They were all using Hobby Knife. They were all producing clean cuts, more perfect parts fits, and even faster builds. So little Luca determined in his mind, I need Hobby Knife. And the timing could not have been more perfect, as Christmas was just round the bend. So with great excitement, little Luca ran in the kitchen and asked, "Mummy, can I have Hobby Knife for Christmas?" And Mummy knelt down, tenderly hugging little Luca, and said, "Oh, little Luca, you'll poke your eye out." Oh, sorry folks, that was a wrong story there. "You'll cut your thumb off." Greatly disappointed, little Luca did what most children would do. He decided to ask Father. So he went to the den and said, "Father, can I have Hobby Knife for Christmas?" Overhearing this, Mummy yelled from the kitchen, "No, little Luca, I told you you'll cut your thumb off." Hearing this, Father said, "Son, your mum is right, and I shall have no thumbless son." Feeling so very low, little Luca stood in the front window watching his friends frolic outside with Hobby Knife in their back pocket. Then suddenly an idea sprang to mind, a perfect idea. "I'll ask Santa." He dashed out the door, jumped on his bike, and was off to the mall. After a long wait in line to see Santa, it was finally his turn. Oh, the wait would be worth it. Little Luca crawled upon Santa's knee, and Santa asked, "What's your name, lad?" "I'm Little Luca, and I'm a model car enthusiast." Santa smiled and said, "Ah, little Luca, I guess you want a larger stash. Ho, ho, ho. Well, you shall have it." "Oh, thank you, Santa," said little Luca. "And I should also like Hobby Knife." Santa, with a spotless smile, said, "Oh, little Luca, you might cut your thumb off." "Oh, no, Mummy must have called Santa whilst I was on the way to the mall." Little Luca once again felt so very low as he rode home from the mall. His dreams of having Hobby Knife seemed all but lost. But then he thought, perhaps someone should surprise me with Hobby Knife. Or I'll receive enough money in Christmas cards to buy Hobby Knife. All he could do now is wait and hope. Christmas morn came and little Luca ran to the tree to explore his new treasures, the hope still welling within him for Hobby Knife. One by one he opened his gifts, one after the other, model cars, each seeming better and better than the last. But alas, Hobby Knife was not found in the boxes or stockings, and there was not enough money gifts to buy Hobby Knife. Even without Hobby Knife, little Luca was very happy with his new models, supplies, and even the new Star Wars underwear and socks. After all the gifts were open, and little Luca and the family sat down relaxing, Mummy said, "Oh, little Luca, I forgot you received a parcel in the post yesterday. It's atop the piano." Little Luca dashed to the piano, but there was no parcel. "I don't see it," said little Luca. "See if it's fallen behind," replied Mummy. As little Luca peered behind the piano, indeed there was a small parcel. Quickly retrieving the package, he sat in the floor to investigate. The return label showed that the package had come from his good friend Matthew, another model car enthusiast from the subdivision of Nahunta, a bit southeast of little Luca. As he tore into the package, little Luca didn't know what to expect. Layer by layer, finally he opened the box. Oh, and to his delight, it was a brand new Hobby Knife with 5 extra blades, and there was also a box of Band-Aids. Oh, little Luca was overjoyed. Now he could truly step up his game. He promised Mummy and Father that he would be very, very careful and would not cut off his thumb. To this they all agreed, so he got to keep the Hobby Knife. As Luca grew, his skills and influence also grew. He is now an ambassador, not the AMC ambassador, but an ambassador for model car enthusiasts everywhere, and in no small part thanks to Hobby Knife. The strong influence of Hobby Knife in his life is even evidenced in his catchphrase. Keep gluing those fingers back together, mostly thumbs, and keep cutting that styrene. Thank you so much for being a part of our holiday special. We here at Model Car Storytime Studios wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Years. Join us next time for Model Car Storytime.